A blizzard swallows the plains, and winter survival becomes a race against cold, distance, and time. Behind low hills, the teepee circle holds, proving smart placement matters more than courage tonight. Crazy Horse, Oglala Lakota, scans the horizon, choosing movement and shelter over risky confrontation. His steady breath and focused eyes remind everyone that panic wastes heat and invites danger. The horse herd clusters close because horses are lifelines on a frozen prairie. Hooves crack the snow crust, and every step steals energy the body cannot replace. Families gather light bundles, preparing to move fast while keeping children safe and calm. In the valley's lee, wind weakens. Mobility begins with knowing where winter cannot reach you. Dawn returns, revealing fresh snow, hidden hazards, and the quiet work required to survive. Families pack only essentials, because traveling light keeps heat, speed, and flexibility in winter. Thin smoke rises straight, showing the fire is controlled, warm, and not wasting fuel. Crazy Horse walks the circle, checking people and horses with calm, protective leadership. East-facing entrances and the circle's shape help shield families against the harshest winds. Elders trace routes in snow, choosing valleys that hide tracks and reduce exposure.
It is marked well, Elder.
Crazy Horse speaks softly with riders, warning against winter battles that could drain strength.
Yes, Crazy Horse.
Low hills and sparse trees break the gale, turning geography into a winter shield. Women tighten liners and stakes, keeping traditional teepees secure when gusts return violently. Minimal gear is secured carefully because losing supplies in winter can become catastrophe. Beyond camp lies open emptiness, where wind and distance punish careless travel. Crazy Horse reads drifting snow and sky color, deciding whether movement today is safe. Scouts ride low through valleys, conserving energy and avoiding attention across the wide plains. A bison herd moves steadily, pointing toward feeding grounds beneath thin winter snow. Buffalo clear snow to reach grass, revealing where life still hides under winter. From a ridge, Crazy Horse measures the herd's direction, using movement like a compass. Riders travel parallel to the herd, conserving strength and avoiding actions that scatter animals into drifts. Traveling light matters. Heavy loads steal speed, and speed can mean safety when storms return. Rawhide lashings are checked twice, because winter does not forgive lost food or tools. The valley corridor narrows, wind softens, and travel becomes possible without burning precious energy. Crazy Horse leads into shelter, using the land to blunt wind and protect families. A raised gloved hand signals slow and quiet, because sound carries far across frozen prairie. Tippis come down efficiently, poles bundled quickly, as families prepare to relocate before weather shifts. Travois glide over snow behind horses, carrying home and supplies without exhausting every step. The caravan stays below ridgelines, avoiding headwinds and remaining less visible on open plains. Crazy Horse checks tack and hooves, knowing one injured horse can strand families in lethal cold. Fires are kept low and clean, reducing smoke, conserving fuel, and protecting the camp's safety. Inside the lodge, controlled firelight restores warmth while the storm remains outside like a wall. Small sticks feed a steady flame because discipline beats large fires when fuel is scarce. By firelight,
We
Crazy
face a hard
Horse and
winter,
elders
but the
weigh
spirits will
distance,
guide us.
weather, and risk
Your
with
wisdom lights
restraint.
our path. We will be ready.
Night wraps the teepee circle, a small island of life surrounded by endless cold darkness. Sparks rise into the black sky, reminding everyone how easily warmth can disappear. Wolves patrol distant ridges, drawn by winter hunger and the constant movement of herds. A watchman circles the camp, listening because cold air carries footsteps and howls farther. Fresh tracks in snow reveal predators nearby and bison farther out, guiding tomorrow's travel choices. Crazy Horse steps outside at night, scanning the horizon before fear spreads through the camp. He listens calmly to distant howls, knowing panic can harm people faster than wolves. Far away, buffalo move under moonlight, still searching for food beneath the frozen surface.
Quickly,
Riders
bring
bring
them closer.
horses closer inside the circle,
Ready. Watch your
protecting
footing.
the herd without
Perimeter
waking everyone
secure.
unnecessarily. Wind roars over the ridge, but the valley stays calmer, exactly why this site was chosen. Inside, families remain steady, and a controlled fire keeps warmth constant and minds focused. Smoke flaps are tuned carefully, balancing airflow with heat when temperatures sink dangerously low. Morning arrives with clean snow, hiding old trails and forcing new choices about travel and shelter. Crazy
Time
Horse
is upon
addresses
us.
riders calmly,
Be
setting
steadfast,
priorities.
for our
Protect
future
families,
depends on it.
conserve energy, avoid winter battles. Cinches tighten and hooves are checked, because winter injuries can end a journey instantly. The line departs across an open snowfield, long shadows stretching, wind steady, silence deliberate. Crazy Horse leads from the front, searching for sheltered routes that spare people and horses. The bison angle toward wind-scoured patches where grass can still be reached beneath thin snow. From a ridge, Crazy Horse reads the herd's direction using buffalo movement like a compass. Riders travel parallel, conserving strength and avoiding panic that could scatter animals into deeper drifts. Buffalo feed steadily, proving life persists when you know where to look and when to wait.
The time is
Inside the
upon us,
teepee,
my brothers.
elders and Crazy
We must
Horse
be
weigh
ready for
weather
what
and
comes.
distance by steady firelight.
Let the ancestors guide us.
At dusk, a new teepee circle rises quickly in the lee of hills before darkness deepens. Crazy Horse checks windbreak and horse placement because night changes can turn deadly without warning. The fire burns small and steady, conserving fuel needed for tomorrow's travel and warmth. A watchman stands against the stars, guarding the quiet circle while the plains sleep. Wolves pass at distance, and vigilance prevents trouble without provoking conflict in the night. Inside the lodge, families rest while snow taps softly and warmth holds steady. In firelight, Crazy Horse stays thoughtful. Leadership means planning hours ahead, not minutes. At sunrise, buffalo move again, and the plains awaken under cold, golden light. Riders begin moving once more, keeping pace with winter and conserving strength for distance. Crazy Horse pauses on a ridge, reading wind, terrain, and tomorrow's possibilities across the plains. From above, riders and herd seem tiny, yet every choice carries heavy consequences for survival. Sunset turns snow amber, and the herd continues its ancient path across winter plains. Crazy Horse remains steady at sunset, guiding without shouting, proving calm can become strength. From the ridge, he watches camp and plains together, protecting both present lives and future. Through mobility, patience, and care for horses, Crazy Horse guides his people through another winter.
On these plains, some warriors learn to move like shadows on the wind. Tasunke was trained to cross the land without leaving a sound. Every step was chosen, never thrown. He tested the earth with his toes before trusting it with his weight. As a boy, he learned where noise was hiding.
The elder showed him which paths were loud and which were quiet.
He practiced until his feet could thread a silent line. He learned to spread his weight so the ground barely noticed him. A good scout used animal paths. They already knew the quiet way.
His fingers saw the danger before his feet did.
He was also taught to hear the weight of a step.
Near, far. Sound became another trail he could follow. Sometimes the earth spoke even before his ears did. He trained his breath to be as quiet as his feet. The elder showed him how even breath could shake the body. Calm breathing meant a calmer body and softer movements. Before moving, he always listened for the wind's intentions. Wind could hide him or betray him. As a boy, he chased the feather until he understood wind's tricks. He learned to walk where wind carried his scent behind him, not ahead. A sudden change in wind meant he had to become stone. Stillness could cancel a mistake faster than rushing forward. Hands became their language when lips could not speak. Each sign carried meaning, shaped by many hunts. Now he used that silent speech to guide others. One gesture could shrink a whole group to the ground. They moved like a single thought spread across several bodies. Tonight, a U.S. Army patrol slept, believing they were alone. Their boots spoke loudly to anyone who knew how to listen. He could hear every clink of metal from their belts and rifles. They carried sound with them in every buckle and strap. Even their simplest steps broke the night into pieces. In that same darkness, his footsteps hardly belonged to him at all. The elder showed him how to let his foot feel before it pressed. The ground gave a warning to those who walked gently. He could divide his men without a single word. They chose paths that would erase themselves by morning. The army preferred straight lines, even when the land did not. Side by sit, their tracks told very different stories. He could approach close enough to count them by their voices. Their voices floated freely into the grass and trees. He and his men answered with silence. They learned stealth as a game long before they used it in danger. Play became training for nights when the stakes were real. Once he had learned what he needed, he disappeared the way he came. By dawn, wind and dew would erase nearly every trace. The next morning, the army believed no one had come near them. The scouts already knew their numbers, direction, and habits. He taught that real power came from seeing without being seen. Now he passed on the same quiet skills to the next generation. They learned to treat the soil as a listening ear.
Stillness was as important as movement.
They practiced disappearing, as if the land had swallowed them.
Stories stitched their training to the wisdom of those who came before.
He reminded them that invisibility was not magic. It was practice. They rehearsed finger talk until it felt as natural as speech.
Yeah.
When they finally stepped into danger, the lessons were already in their bones. Every muscle remembered how to shift before a sound escaped. Where the army announced itself, native scouts slipped through unnoticed. They learned to let the animal's noise guide them, not reveal them. To him, silence was not emptiness. It was information.
That is how native scouts moved without making a sound, by letting the land carry them instead of their footsteps.
Kids learned danger before strength. Among the Lakota, children learned awareness before skill.
Winter made every lesson urgent. In deep winter, mistakes could not be undone. Awareness began outside the warmth of the lodge. The first lesson was silence. Tracks told the story of danger.
Children learn to read the snow before they learn to hunt.
Wolves were never far.
Distance was protection.
Winter carried scent and sound. Tree lines concealed silent movement in winter.
Some predators walked alone.
Differences mattered.
Each predator left a distinct mark.
Empty did not mean safe.
Awareness begins where safety ends. Sharp snow edges meant recent movement.
Sharp edges mean the track was recent.
Wind could erase signs within hours.
Wind carried scent farther in the cold.
Fewer tracks meant less notice.
Predators observed from a distance. Stillness reduced attention. The edge of trees marked a change in danger.
Lone hunters moved differently. Pattern revealed intention.
Conditions changed quickly.
Height made visibility.
Warmth and awareness worked together.
Walking in one path reduced attention. Returning safely was success.
Order limited exposure.
Lessons continued inside the lodge.
Stories reinforced awareness.
Repetition built memory.
Night magnified danger. Light invited attention. Silence protected the circle.
Winter punished carelessness.
Morning tested the lessons.
Snow revealed the truth.
Recognition replaced fear.
Strength would come later.
Understanding came first.
Energy was preserved.
Practice shaped instinct.
Predators kept distance.
Teaching required patience.
Instinct had been shaped.
Winter remained unforgiving. Vigilance never ended.
Warmth depended on caution.
They would inherit the plains.
The land watched silently. Respect guided survival.
Awareness became habit.
Lessons endured beyond winter.
The circle endured another night.
Distance kept peace.
Winter always watched.
Knowledge guarded the tribe.
Kids learned danger before strength.
Lose the buffalo. Risk multiplies.
In winter, buffalo broke paths and absorbed the hunger of predators. Their size and numbers drew teeth away from everything smaller.
Wolves risked the herd's horns instead of hunting scattered families.
For the Lakota Sioux, buffalo were both neighbors and shields.
The buffalo provides everything we need to survive the cold moons.
Their clothing, beds, and roofs all came from the same animal.